Ever get upset with yourself for getting upset? Hi, my name's Ed Riggins, but most people just call me Riggo, and welcome back to Thoughts for Thursday. Here's what I discovered recently. It's a habit I had kind of developed. It's something happening inside my own head. Something upsetting would happen, and I would get upset with myself for getting upset by that. Let me say that again. I was getting upset with myself for getting upset when something upsetting happens. I was basically judging the fact that I was having an emotional reaction to some sort of outside stimulus, or maybe just an idea that popped into my head. There's a woman named Erin Olivo. I haven't had a chance to read her books yet, but I've studied her work a little bit, and what I've learned from her is that emotions are just biological events. She points out that fear is around as a part of our just instinct to survive, and anger is around as a part of our instinct to survive. It's just part of our wiring. We kind of know this though, don't we? But I was forgetting it. I was judging the fact of my emotions. Now look, I didn't make this up. Women know you're discouraged sometimes for expressing anger because that's not nurturing enough. For we guys, sometimes we get a little hit if we express sadness because that looks a lot like weakness, and we're not supposed to do that, right? But these emotions are part of our wiring. We get to pick how we're going to respond if we take a second, take a beat to notice what's happening and name it inside our own head. But judging it's not a great idea. Think about the word judgment. What happens in a great therapeutic relationship? Somebody sits and listens to you non-judgmentally and feeds back to you, here's what seems to be going on, and helps you figure out your problem. Jon Kabat-Zinn is the guy who popularized the word mindfulness. You can't pick up a newspaper now without seeing mindfulness. Jon Kabat-Zinn's been talking about this stuff for decades. Here's his definition of mindfulness: paying attention in the present moment in a specific way, non-judgmentally. There it is again. So now what I'm working on is when I have a reaction to something, I'm trying to notice it. I'm trying to name it. I'm trying to be guided by it. I'm trying to be informed by it. But I'm not judging it because it's just something that's happening in my body, and I need to take advantage of what it's doing for me instead of condemning it for some reason. Great to have you here. Hope you join me again next week. Thanks.
Doors closing.